Let's talk some sports, baby.
And remember, make tomorrow better than today and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.
All right, so I'm finished off with rapid reaction. A lot of topics, a little bit of time. You got to drink.
Let's roll, baby. Vanderbilt has hired Notre Dame defensive coordinator Clark Leah as their next head coach. Do you think the coaching change? Do you think these changes do you think this changes anything for the Commodores, Cody?
I mean, you always get this kind of cycle where, you're kind of bad, and then the new coach comes in, gets it turned around, cleans it up, gets it better. That's what Derek Mason did, but then it kind of inevitably falls off. When you're one of these lower-rung teams and these really high-powered conferences, man, I mean, it's just hard. You're a stepping stone. I mean, that's really what it is. You're on the roller coaster, but is he going to build a contender at Vanderbilt? No, but he could get it back to win some games, which, hey, it's better than nothing. I think he's, done good at Notre Dame, so we'll see. Per Ariel Helwani, free agent Yoel Romero has agreed to a multi-fight deal with Bellator. Drink, is this a good move for Bellator MMA?
You know it, baby. Listen, Yoel Romero, I think he's 43, 44. Past his prime, but still an entertaining fighter. Chiseled of the god, look like Zeus's pops. But here's the deal: UFC had to cut 60 guys. He lost his last 3 fights, so it was a rightfully cut by UFC. I do think he can go make noise over at Bellator. And I've been hearing, it's rumored that his first fight could be against another guy that got cut from the roster like days after he did, one Anthony Johnson, Rumble Johnson, and he looks to be signed by Bellator as well. So that could be a potential matchup and give Bellator a big boost in ratings that they're looking for. So, yeah, absolutely, man. Good move for Bellator. I'm happy for those guys. The Detroit Pistons waived LeAngelo Ball, which was followed by a reply by his father, LeVar Ball, in which he called the Pistons organization raggedy as hell. Was that necessary?
In a vacuum, yes, because the Detroit Pistons are raggedy as hell. But as far as them cutting LeAngelo Ball, no. I mean, I get it. It was a cool headline for a week of all 3 Ball brothers on NBA contracts, but LeAngelo Ball was toiling away at the G League last year, and he wasn't really that amazing. I mean, remember, in the G League, you have to be absolutely amazing to get to the NBA, even on a 10-day contract, and he really wasn't. The only reason he probably got the camp body contract is his last name was Ball. So, no, it wasn't a raggedy move. It was probably a completely expected move if you actually follow basketball at all. So, yeah, I mean, he's right about the Pistons themselves, but not about the move itself. The 5 finalists for the Butkus Award are Monty Rice out of Georgia, Nick Bolton from Missouri, Zayvon Collins, Tulsa, Devin Lloyd, Utah, and Jeremiah Owosi Komora from Notre Dame. Who's going to win the award and why?
Hey, listen. I think Jeremiah Owusa and Monty Rice probably because of the level of defense that those 2 teams have played. I think they're the 2 front runners right now. I like Nick Bolton. It was a name I heard coming into the season. I don't know if he'll get quite the love he deserves because Missouri is not playing, as well as Georgia and Notre Dame on that side of the ball. So those look like my 2 front runners. When it's all said and done, I think this kid Owusa got a really good chance because Notre Dame, they get another shot at Clemson. We'll see how that goes. And Georgia is pretty much done until bowl season. So we'll see how that rolls out. Florida basketball star forward Keontae Johnson collapsed on Saturday morning in a game versus Florida State. He spent the weekend in critical condition, but now reportedly is in stable condition and is talking with his families and doctors. That's excellent news, right?
Yeah, this is very good to hear. This was a really scary situation. I mean, he collapsed as and just went face down on the court on Saturday morning during the game. They had taken him to the hospital, and they wound up going and flying him down to Gainesville and brought his family in. And over the weekend, we heard he was in a medically induced coma, and it was a really scary situation. I mean, this is scary for any player, obviously, but Keontae Johnson was going to be probably a star at Florida. I think he was an SEC Player of the Year candidate coming into the season, and very devastating to hear, but it is nice to know that now he's up. He's in stable condition. He's doing better. He's kind of coming around. So the question now becomes what's going on, and not to really speculate too much, but he could have been one of the COVID positives they had earlier in the year. So that link needs to be investigated really carefully, because that could have big implications for the future of sports in general, not just college basketball. So we'll see. IBF, WBA, and WBO heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua retained his titles this past weekend with a 9th round knockout of previously one-loss contender Kubrat Pulev. Did Joshua make a statement with this win?
Yeah, he did. He did. We talked about this on Friday. I wanted to see. I know he's been out of the ring for a little bit due to COVID, and I wanted to see like how rusty he would look when he jumped in there, which he was. He started off slow, but I want to say he had him on the ropes like in round 4. He was rocking them. Pulev being a tough contender like he is, he survived to the 9th round, and then Joshua got the job done. So now, as expected, it has sparked a conversation between Eddie Hearns and Bob Arum for a fight between the two UK heavyweight champions to have one undisputed heavyweight champion. If you don't know who I'm talking about, that's Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua getting down in the UK. So we'll see. But, somebody got something to say about that. Deontay Wilder. We'll see what role he'll play in those negotiations. But we'll see. But definitely a statement on Joshua's behalf. Illinois has parted ways with head football coach Lovie Smith per the stadium's Brent McMurphy. Does the Fighting Illini where does the Fighting Illini go from here?
I'm going to miss Lovie Smith and his big Santa Claus beard. But yeah, I'm not going to pretend I know a ton of great candidates for Illinois, but Bruce Feldman and the Athletics seems to. He recommends Kent State. Sean Lewis, big offense they're making over there at Kent State. A couple games this year, but they put in some really big numbers. Lance Leopold of Buffalo, he's 23-9 in the MAC in the last 3 years. And also Army's Jeff Monken, 34-15 in 4 seasons with the Black Knights. And previously, they'd had just one winning season in 17 years. So definitely some guys in these like kind of mid-major programs and have really turned some stones. And any of those guys would be a good hire. It's not the best job in the world, but I think it's one of those that's maybe overlooked a little bit. You can definitely win some games there. And Smith did for a while, but couldn't really get that momentum in 2020. I think the COVID stuff hit programs like his pretty hard. Last one, NFL Thursday Night Football, Los Angeles Chargers versus the Las Vegas Raiders. You got?
I'm gonna go with the Raiders, and the reason being when I look at two teams and I don't really have a marginal advantage for either team, I usually say who got the best quarterback and who got the best coach, and Las Vegas Raiders got both of those checks. So, yep, I'm going with the Raiders on this one.
All right, that concludes today's Drink of Wisdom. I'm Cody Ward.
And I'm Nathan Drinking. And remember, make tomorrow better than today and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.